Sheila from the A Mano Baking Company. I have Anthony here behind the camera, and we are here in our commercial kitchen, and we would like to show you how to make and bake our cookies and cream loaf cake. It's everyone's favorite traditional cookie with Oreos, mini chocolate chips, white chocolate chips. It has a really delicious sweet flavor, and it couldn't be easier or more simple to make. I really enjoy making a loaf cake because it's versatile. A lot of times you often have these ingredients in your house already. And as a working mom, when you want to have something really quick and easy but homemade for your family, definitely look to a loaf cake. And we wrote this recipe specifically in mind to give you not one, but 2 loaf cakes. So you can feed a large family with it, you can make one, you can freeze one, very versatile to have hanging around, and you can share the love with your friends, family, and neighbors. So let me show you how we're going to make this. In our bowl here, we have our dry ingredients, and we have white granulated sugar, all-purpose flour, baking powder, and salt. You want to always pay attention to your baking powder to make sure that it is fresh, because that is what's going to be giving the rise and leavening to your cake. And we have kosher salt in our dry ingredients here, but if you only have table salt, you can of course use that instead. What you're going to do is give a quick whisk to all of your dry ingredients to make sure that everything is incorporated. Now we're going to take your wet and liquid ingredients, and I already have everything measured here. We have milk, vegetable oil, 1 egg, and some pure vanilla extract. The great thing about this recipe is that you can use absolutely any kind of milk that you have, including almond milk, which is what I've actually made these loaf cakes with, and you can use any size egg. We use large traditionally in our kitchen, but you can use any size that you have on hand. And our oil that we use is a pure canola oil, but feel free to use vegetable oil, melted coconut oil, or even butter in this recipe. It's very adaptable. So what you're going to do is stir all of your liquids together and make sure that it's incorporated. Okay. And we're going to add the liquid wet mixture to your dry mixture, right into the middle. And what I like to start doing is I will use the whisk, and I'll give everything an initial stir to get it combined. With the loaf cake, it is important that you don't overmix, because you don't want the crumb of the cake to become tough. You want this cake to be nice and moist. Once you have everything mostly incorporated, give it a little shake. And then what I like to start doing is using a rubber scraper just to get everything final and mixed through. You don't want to see any raw flour, specks, and trails within here. Okay. So now, everyone's favorite are Oreo cookies. You want to just roughly crumble up the cookies and then dump them straight in. Also going to be using mini chocolate chips in this recipe. Dump those right in as well. If you only have regular sized chocolate chips, by all means go ahead and use them. The mini ones are nice because they tend to become suspended in the batter a little bit easier, and they won't sink to the bottom as easily. Okay, all mixed. This recipe is so quick, so easy. Literally can be whipped up, as you can see, in just moments. And in the meantime, you want to have your oven set to 350 degrees. And you're going to be using 2 loaf pans for this recipe, because like I said, this recipe makes 2 for a bonus. You're going to take some non-stick cooking spray and spray your loaf pan so that the batter does not stick once the cakes are completely baked. One little final stir, and then you're going to divide the batter amongst the prepared pans. Evenly, and just eyeball it. Okay. And what I like to do now is I take white chocolate chips and I put them right on the tops of the cakes. White chocolate chips tend to have a little extra moisture, which is why I prefer to use them outside of the cake instead of inside. They also look nicer on top. So you just scatter your white chocolate chips across the tops. go in the oven at a 350-degree oven for about 40 to 50 minutes. You want to start checking around the 40-minute timetable, and you want to make sure that they're done. What you'll do is use a toothpick or a wooden skewer, poke it right in the middle, and you want to make sure there's no wet batter clinging to the toothpick. Moist crumbs are okay, but you want to make sure nothing is wet. When you see the toothpick come out clean, you're going to take your pans out and you're going to put them straight on a cooling rack. Let them sit in the pan on the rack for about 10 minutes or so. After 10 minutes, you want to gently take them out of the pan, gently tilt them out, and then leave them on the pan to finish cooling. It is always tempting to slice into a warm cake, but if you wait just a little bit, it will be so much easier than to slice in beautiful slices like we have here. And like I said, because this does make 2 cakes, you can also store one in the freezer if you'd like. If you want to keep it in the freezer, it will last till about a month or so. Wrap it tightly in plastic wrap or foil and then put it in a freezer-safe zip bag. Or you can feel free to share the love with your friends and your family. Loaf cake is a really simple, easy recipe and it's adaptable. If you don't like Oreos, you can use a different cookie in here too. This is one of the 3 cakes that we're going to be showing you at A Mano Baking Company in our video series. So we hope that your friends and your family will try our recipe and enjoy it. Please feel free to give us a shout out on our social media platforms. We look forward to hearing from you and seeing how you like the recipe. And make sure you follow us for exciting news and updates from our kitchen. Thank you, enjoy, and we'll see you soon.